Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. That was my performance of Onde by Ludovico Einaudi from his 1996 album. Onde means the waves. He's an Italian pianist. Not a huge fan, but I quite enjoy his music. My wife's a big fan of Ludovico Einaudi, and we've been to, well, she's been to see him perform many times, and I think I've been to see him twice, a couple of times around London, and yeah, he's a very kind of captivating pianist, very emotional, quite simplistic, minimalistic in his presentation. I think that was interesting for me learning this piece, learning the intricacies of the songwriting, and something that on the face of it can seem quite simple, but actually, you know, there's lots of technical skill required in this in this performance, probably beyond me, but this is a good stretch. I like to do things that are probably a bit too hard. In terms of piano playing, I've been playing since I was about, I don't know, 3 or 4. We always had a family piano, and I took lessons when I was quite young, and gave it up after grade 2. I didn't really like sheet music, reading sheet music and sight reading. So yeah, I only got to grade 2. I think this piece is probably grade 5 or 6. It seems to be from my research on the internet. So yeah, it's a step above what I'm actually capable of doing. But over time, you know, through learning it, it's certainly manageable for me. But there's some tricky left-hand movement, and you know, it's kind of almost syncopated lines going on between the left hand and the right hand. But anyway, really nice piece of music, this one. The chord changes are really interesting, and I think of most pieces of music in terms of chord changes, and you know, this we'll come onto it later when I show you. But there's that F to G chord, which is quite an unusual, abrupt chord change, but I think it hooks people's ears, and they'll enjoy it. And that's certainly what, you know, I thought about this piece of music when I first heard it. You know, really nice chord changes, but also a nice kind of lyrical melody. Very emotional. You know, I think a lot of Einaudi's music is well, it's emotional, but it's easy. It's very accessible emotions, descriptively emotional, if that makes sense. That's what I'm trying to convey. Anyway, really nice piece of music, this one. Come over to the piano and I'll show you what's going on. Okay, so this piece is in D major. A lot of the time you're playing in B minor. But that's just the relative minor of D major, so it's got all the same notes. So you got the D flat and the G flat. So the main, I'm not going to go through it note by note. There's other channels where you can see those kind of tutorials. I'm just going to talk about the chords basically. So B minor, G, A, B minor is the main bit. So you've got these little movements. So it's kind of like cascading water, you know, very descriptive. The waves, the Onde. So G. So you got the G, A, B minor kind of thing. The main chorus bit, I suppose, is chorus. It's a bit crude way of putting it, but you know, it's D, A, B minor, G. If you think about it in those terms. And that's the beautiful bit of it. So it's this D, A, G, sorry, F, G. So there's lots of lovely, different, beautiful sections within this piece of music, and I recommend that you learn it properly and you don't try and rush it, and you try and play it emotionally, smoothly, kind of legato as much as you can. And it doesn't need to be played like a constant tempo. That it's supposed to be a bit kind of organic. you know, this is a beautiful section. Mysterious. Yeah. Yeah, there's some quite big stretches. So like in the left hand you've got that like a G, D, B there. I mentioned before I've got quite small hands. I struggle to play, but this was a good test for me. To learn it and you know, play it smoothly, which is the goal. And then you know, once you've learned it, you learn the notes and you've learned how to kind of piece them all together and play smoothly. The goal then, in your, I guess, your musical communication is to try and convey some emotion. And I think the most emotional piece for me is there's a section where you kind of sort of be. So it's the main theme, but in the left hand you're playing different notes to kind of create this. So you know, it's very unsettling. And then in the next bit, it kind of goes up to that kind of D major bit, and it kind of, and it's all resolved again, and it's familiar, and it's comfortable ground, and emotionally, I think that's quite a powerful piece within the whole thing. Bye bye.